Hey everybody, this is Pete with the Transportation Department with your this week's Take 5. Have you ever gone on a trip, maybe a long trip, maybe even a short overnight trip? And a lot of things that I know I do is I always check to make sure my bag is packed properly, make sure that I have an extra pair of socks, a book, a hat, and the same thing professional truck drivers do with their vehicles, and they check the truck to make sure that it is in proper functioning condition. It is mechanical, so it can have mechanical issues. And one of the worst things that could ever happen is when you're driving on your trip is to have a breakdown and you're stranded on the side of the road. So what truck drivers are to do, and is actually mandated, is that they look and check over the truck and before they leave, and make sure everything is in A-OK conditions. But some of the things that you can do for your vehicle is before you leave is do a pre-trip on before every day, and that is to check to make sure that your tires are inflated, that they're not worn out, or you have any a flat tire. Make sure it looks properly inflated. Check the lights. Make sure your lights are working. Make sure that your windshield wipers are working and that you don't have cracked or broken windshield wipers. That's never good in the middle of a rainstorm, especially during the summertime. And make sure your seatbelt is functioning and it doesn't have any frays on it. Some of these things are easy, quick fixes. And you want to take care of this before you get on the road, because nothing worse than ruining a vacation or a trip than sitting on the side of the road and waiting for a repair truck. Talk to you later.
Good morning, everyone. This is Jessica Montes from the HR department. I'm here in Gilbert, South Carolina. We are getting ready for the Peach Festival Parade. Let me turn my camera around. So our wonderful HR team department has put together this float, and we are giving it the final touches. So as you can see, is 4th of July related. Today's 4th of July. And so we want to thank our heroes. We've got some of our Walter P. Roll team members here. So if you came and said hello to us, thank you so much. And this is just one of the events that we do so that we get involved in our communities. So stay tuned for future events.
Hi everyone, Christine Jackson here on behalf of the marketing department, and I'm here to share with you some really exciting news on our sustainability journey that we have been on this year. Hopefully you've been able to follow along with us as we take you on that journey of growing a sustainable future. We've talked about everything from LED lightings, pink RPCs, and so forth. So all the different initiatives that different departments around the company have been doing for sustainability. So one of the things we talked about late last year was our launch of recyclable packaging for our leafy greens. That was super exciting. We're the first to market for leafy greens with recyclable packaging. This is recycled via store drop-off. So the consumer can go to the How to Recycle website, put in their zip code, and find the local store drop-off closest to them. So kind of keeping on trend and continue our sustainability focus for the year, we've decided to proceed with our bulk packaging as well. So many of y'all are probably familiar with these. This is a twist tie and this is a bib tie, and this goes on our bulk product. So we have the same initiative for recycling with these, and we're just now rolling it out, so you'll start seeing it on our bands very soon. You can see here the tag back logo. And so essentially what the consumer does, and you can see it here on the back of this bib tie, the consumer will go to that website, tagback.com, and it's the same thing as with our recyclable packaging. They just put in their zip code and it will show the consumer the closest drop off for the twist ties near their location. This is an initiative that's just getting off the ground. So we are happy to support it and hope that it grows, and very excited to continue our sustainable journey this year. So thank you so much. Hope you join along with us. Don't forget to recycle your ties and your leafy greens bags. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Walter P. Raw friends and family. This is Forrest Burkett with the Field Ops Department. Today I wanted to talk about cover crops and why they're important to us, and a couple of types of cover crops that we use on a yearly basis. Today I'm in a field of soybeans, And soybeans are something that we use over and over again. They're very easy to grow. So they're really beneficial to us because we can come in, till up around them. They help us to control weeds. They add constant nutrients back to the soil while they are growing. Another thing is that they provide a really awesome habitat for our beneficial insects that we use here in the conventional side and as well as the organic. Um, they are continuously growing. They're super uniform. We really like to use them over and over again. But most importantly is to attract those beneficial insects. Another type of cover crop that we use is ryegrass. So we plant ryegrass in between our crops along the rows, and that also adds a windbreak. So wind erosion is a big thing out here since we have such open and large fields with big acreages. That wind comes across the field, it catches the ryegrass, and it provides a really nice windbreak for that young crop, or even as the crop continues to grow. We use that in the kale and the collards, as well as mustard and turnips, and a couple other ones. So ryegrass and soybeans are very, very beneficial to us, and we will continue to use them. So there's your field update and a little bit of learning if you didn't know anything about cover crops and why we use them. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Thanks.
Hey, good morning. It's Phil Reynolds coming from one of my favorite places in the whole world, here in our kitchen table. Today I thought I'd talk to you about something that we find that our first introduction maybe is in our vision statement that you find on the back of your ID badge. But part I want to talk about is products that are beneficial to life. So about 1925, it was discovered that iodine is prevalent in soils in South Carolina, and that fruits and vegetables and milk that are grown in South Carolina were a sufficient source of iodine. And iodine is necessary for the proper operation of our thyroid. In 1930, the word iodine appeared on our license plates. January 23 of 1930, a radio station in Columbia was issued the call letters WIS, which stood for Wonderful Iodine State. Some of you now watch WIS TV from time to time. In 1932, the word Iodine State appeared on our license plates in South Carolina. I wanted to show you this lamp that I made maybe 20 years ago, and have a replicated can of tomatoes, and that was canned by Walter P. Rawl. Not Walter P. Rawl and Sons, this would be just Walter P. Rawl. This can is probably about 1930 something, I really don't know. You notice there's no zip code under Gilbert, which was the home base of our company at that time. Zip codes came along in 1963. This can also has no nutritional labels on it, nor does it have a barcode, so a grocery store wouldn't be able to sell this today. But I wanted to show you the label, part of the label, and this is half of the label of the whole can, really. It says, South Carolina, fruits, vegetables, and milk naturally contain sufficient iodine to provide for the requirements of nutrition. So this rocked along for a number of years, and finally the thing of the iodine as a source in South Carolina food kind of died down, because salt became a source of iodine. They add iodine to our table salt. But I just wanted to share that with y'all this morning, let you know that we've been providing nutritional food for our folks for a long time. I'll talk to you soon.